everyone, this is Gordon. This is my Module 5 response post. This is our last post for the semester. I hope everyone's had a good week and gearing up to do our last map that's due on Wednesday. And in this module we talked about faith, religion, spirituality, and ethics. And after watching Krista's initial video, I looked back on Fowler's theory, and his work rests on the assumption that faith is universal, but he also noted that each person's faith is unique in the manner for which it's exhibited. And I thought it was interesting to take a look at how my own upbringing was kind of different in the religious sense than Krista's. She said that, like in the pre-stage, Fowler says that the context of religion was from caretakers, and religion might not have been present as much so in her home. In my own home, religion was very prominent. I was brought up in church from a very young age, and while I attended Sunday school, I did the church camps, youth group, and while I did all those, looking back at it now, I did them just because it was the norm, it was the thing to do, and if you weren't involved in church in a small southern town, it was kind of looked down upon or frowned upon. But looking back, I can kind of relate this to Fowler's stages, because it kind of takes events in one's life to make their own choice if they want to believe in a higher being, or if there is a God, or whatever religion you believe in. I believe that was stage 4, the individual reflective faith, and it says that this stage is initiated from one's self-definition becomes self-authored, or one's systems of beliefs, values, and commitments become a coherent and explicit meaning making system. And I think maybe one defining moment in my belief in a higher being would be the death of my grandfather and making meaning behind that. Krista also made some good points about saying that faith can be in an unnamed higher being, which can be an important structure for all young adults. Being on a college campus and as being future higher ed administrators and educators, I think this is a very good point, because higher education and colleges and universities all across the United States, they're all melting pots of different beliefs, cultures, morals, ethics, you name it. And I believe it's important to not only focus on the Christianity side of things, but focus on all religions and faiths as a whole. It also states that the applications for higher ed for counseling and teaching can be that you can find value in Fowler's theory for therapists and counselors, and that it provides a framework to understand clients' ideas about faith and to develop therapeutic interventions in line with clients' belief systems, particularly for clients who are experiencing crises of faith. To address spiritual issues, T.M. Irwin argued that counselor training needs to understand the role of spirituality in their own lives, and suggested supervision interventions for students in each of Fowler's stages to encourage faith awareness and growth. Overall, I just think that means that higher ed professionals need to be sensitive to the stresses and the development issues that students go through as they're in college, and they need to be sensitive to the fact that people come from all different religions, and to help them the best way they can possible in their spirituality and in their faith. I hope everyone has a good week, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.